Hey y'all. If you thought that post about the things falling out of my bra was funny, my husband says that you really need to hear about the super glue incident of 2007. And yes, it's a true story because apparently I can't live a normal life. So now here's the setup you need. I had this pair of shoes, stage shoes is what I call them. Not just cute sandals. These were outlandish, rhinestone studded, neon pink, wedge heels shaped like flamingos. Kind of shoe you're going to wear if you're on stage at the Grand Ole Opry or maybe running from the law in Vegas. They made my bunions behave and my calves look like I just finished Pilates, and my husband questioned his life choices. But the inner lining of both of these shoes came loose. And my husband, bless his heart, suggested maybe this was a sign they were ready to be thrown away. I guess he was tired of showing up at the guy's camping weekend with rhinestones stuck to his sleeping bag. Said the guys were starting to call him Glitterfoot. I'm just saying. Anyway, like I'm going to throw away a perfectly good pair of flamingo wedges just because they tried to leave me. No, not on my watch. See, what happened was I had been spraying my hair barefoot, naturally, and all the overspray had landed on my feet. And listen, when I spray my hair, I do not mean a light mist. I use enough Aquanetta to stop the Wi Fi signal. Over time, it basically turns my feet into industrial Velcro. Bill says we can forget a tornado shelter. We'll just hide behind your bangs. Anyway, so all this hairspray lands on the floor. I step on it barefoot and starts to turn my feet into double sided duct tape. I'm sure some of you can relate. So every time I was slipping that flamingo shoe on, my sticky foot would grab the lining and kind of pull it loose until finally it lost the battle. Linings came out of both shoes on the same day like a double homicide. Now, I'm stubborn and I'm cheap. So instead of tossing the shoe or having a professional fix it, I went full on DIY queen. I got me some of that serious industrial strength super glue. You know, the kind with warnings that are written in like 14 different languages. I squeezed the whole tube in both shoes like I was frosting a wedding cake. And then I shoved those linings back in there with the confidence of a woman who has no intentions of letting it dry. Now, here's where it gets good. Because I used so much glue, now y'all know moderation has never been my thing, that it came up around the sides of the lining and squished right in there on top of the shoe, just waiting to meet my skin. And then because, well, patience is for the weak, I slapped my fat feet right into those shoes and I didn't look back. Couple hours later, I'm walking around feeling kind of tight in the toe area and like my arches holding a grudge. So I sat down, tried to take my shoe off, see what was going on, and it wouldn't come off. It's like my foot got married to the shoe and skipped the prenup. Same with the other one. I didn't just glue the lining to the shoe, I glued the ding dang shoes to my feet. I am not kidding you right now. Hopefully, somebody out there has done that before. It's not just me. So I'm in the kitchen hollering for my husband, Bill, I glued myself to my shoe. Does he come running? No, because this man has lived through the time I got my hair extensions caught in the kitchen sink disposal. I was trying to wash my hair in a hurry and that didn't. And the time I locked myself out of the house mid spray tan and a little house dress that was more suggestion than fabric. Anyway, so no, he doesn't come running anymore. He just yells from the other room, "Figure it out, Lucy." So now I'm stuck. And these were not comfy walk around the mall shoes. They're rhinestone flamingo wedges designed by Satan's drag queen cousin. Cute? Yes. Comfortable? No. About as cozy as walking around barefoot on hot gravel sprinkled with Legos. For 3 whole days, these were my only shoe options. That's right. I couldn't get them off. I had to wear flamingo wedges with yoga pants to the grocery store. No wonder the shoppers looked at me pushing my toddler in the cart like I'd just walked in from a third shift around the pole. The school meeting with the teachers wasn't much better. They took me off the hospitality committee with a couple of rude snickers about how we didn't want that kind of hospitality. Rude. And in church, my shoes were throwing rainbow prisms across the ceiling while the pastor was talking about modesty and looking right at me. And it's hard to pay respects at a funeral, for the record, when you look like you're about to sell shots on a cruise ship. Oh, and then bedtime? Yeah, that's right. I had to sleep in them. I couldn't get them off. Tried to cuddle with my husband, but the rhinestones kept trying to shred his leg like cheese on a grater. That's when he finally decided to help me with the situation. Good thing, because I was beginning to shop for peg legs on Amazon. So next day, we're in the garage. Both my feet are soaking in buckets of nail polish remover, whatever else he could find to try to get that glue off, while he's reading the instructions out loud like we're defusing a bomb. When that doesn't work, he finally slathers my feet in warm Crisco and a couple other things I don't know, slides plastic bags over them, and goes at the wedges with the cordless drill like he's prepping for a NASCAR pit stop. And finally, the shoes came off. Y'all, it made the sound of two plungers popping off a shower wall. My feet looked like they'd been through a bad divorce, but God, they were finally free. Tell you what, I'll never forget that. Moral of the story? Moderation matters. Let things dry, and never underestimate a woman with too much glue on her hands, a flamingo shoe, and zero regard for waiting instructions. I'm just saying. Still worth it. 10 out of 10? I'd glue it again. I'm just saying. Bye, y'all.